Alright, so 2 minute Tanya tidbit for today. So the Alter Rebbe is in the middle of explaining to a Beinoni who's having sadness from the fact that he's having improper thoughts. Now the fact that he has improper thoughts is not a reason to be depressed. On the contrary, it's a reason to rejoice. As through the fact that you push away these bad thoughts, you're causing God a great joy, and it's something which is much greater than any other praise which you can give to God Almighty. And the Alter Rebbe continues today and says there's actually two types of pleasure which God has. One is the pleasure of a tzaddik, where the tzaddik has everything good, he's living a normal life, and he serves God properly. That's one pleasure which God has. But there's a second type of pleasure. And this second type of pleasure is from the fact that a Beinoni struggles, and the Beinoni continues fighting in order to serve God. He continues pushing away the klipa, and that also causes a great pleasure to God Almighty. Like we find about Yitzchak Avinu, that Yitzchak told his son Esav, Yaakov, that you should go and get for me mat'amim. Bring for me delicacies. Why delicacies, plural? It means that there's two types of delicacies. And as the Zohar explains, this is actually talking about God Almighty speaking to the Jewish people. And he explains the idea that there's two types of delicacies. One type of delicacy is something which is sweet, something which is naturally enjoyable. You're able to take it and enjoy it right away. The second one is something which is sour, which is sharp, which is spicy. That's not necessarily appreciated right away. But when you take it and you spice it properly and you prepare it properly, that's actually able to be something which is very enjoyable. It's able to actually settle the soul. A person can appreciate these spicy and sour foods very, very much when they're prepared properly. And so too, God Almighty has two types of pleasures. One is the sweet pleasure, meaning the enjoyment that he has from a tzaddik, living his life in a normal day, doesn't have struggles, and he's serving God. That gives God a certain pleasure. It's something sweet, enjoyable. But there's a second type of pleasure, which is the pleasure of a Beinoni, who has to struggle, he has to fight. It's sour, it's spicy, it's difficult. But through the fact that he does it properly, and he serves God through that, and he transforms those thoughts into something which is going to turn him into someone who's serving God more, that actually prepares it properly. And that gives God a very, very great pleasure as well, in a certain sense, even more than the idea of a tzaddik. And this is the great accomplishment of a Beinoni. And now we could explain also what it says in a different pasuk, where the verse tells us, Kol poyal Hashem l'ma'aneu v'gam rasha l'yem ra'ah, that everything which God did is for his sake, and also the wicked person for his day of evil. What does it mean, a wicked person for his day of evil? And why is that for God's sake? So the Alter Rebbe explains that what this means is that it's the day of evil, meaning that the rasha, meaning a Beinoni who has the thoughts of a rasha, the disturbances of a rasha, like we explained yesterday, when he takes his evil and he makes it into a day, meaning you turn the darkness into light, you transform that and you push away this klipa and you serve it for God's sake as well, that's also a great accomplishment. And that's the accomplishment of a Beinoni, who has to push away the klipa, but through that he transforms and causes a great revelation of godliness in this world. And you reveal the godliness through the fact that you push it down here, that God pushes and reveals the godliness above and pushes away the klipa above, and that's a much greater accomplishment, which is done specifically through the fact that you need to struggle with evil. End of today's Tanya. See you next time.